Topic है inscribe square and circumscribe square. Uh, these are the two questions from exercise 13.2, and these are the question number 7 contains 6 and 7, I think. Inscribe square and circumscribe square. So we will learn that how to draw a square inside a circle. So this is called inscribe square. तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू नीड टू टेक एक सर्कल ड्रॉ करेंगे एंड according to the question, if it is written, take the radius, otherwise if it is 3 centimeter or 4 centimeter radius, first draw the circle. You will first draw the circle and then you have to draw one diameter. For example, from this point to this point, draw one diameter. It should contain the point where you have drawn the circle, means center should be included, and then you have to label the diagram. Let's suppose this is point B, and somewhere here it will be point O, and it will be point D. Like for example, BOD is the diameter of the circle. You have to draw 190-degree angle at point O. So the making angle 90-degree, how to start the angle of 90-degree? At point O, you have to draw base angle like this one to draw 90-degree angle. So at point O, you will first draw, put the nib of the compass right here. You will draw an arc like this one. First arc will be of 60-degree, and the second arc, by taking this point again as center, you will draw another arc like this one. It is normally a bigger arc, and then the foot of this arc is again taken as center for the new arc, intersecting arc like this one. This is how you have to make a 90-degree angle, and once a 90-degree angle is completed, it should be perfectly in the straight direction like this one. So you have to make one 90-degree angle at point O, and once 90-degree angle is formed, you have to extrapolate and you have to draw in the backward direction as well in this way. So by making one 90-degree angle, actually you have obtained two further points on the circumference of the circle. Let's suppose you have uh, at this point it is point A, and other side is, for example, point C. So BOD and AOC will be actually two diameters of this circle. So two diameters are intersecting at the center point O. For the square, we simply need to make uh, line segments by joining them together. For example, if you will join from A to point B, and from B to point C, and from C to point D, and from D to point A, this is how you will be able to get one complete square inside the circle. So this is called inscribe square. So it is very simple that how to draw inscribe square. Now in the next part of this diagram, we will be able to see that how to draw a square outside the circle. Means that the circle will be inside the square. Now you have seen that we have drawn the square inside the circle. Now we will draw a square that will be outside the circle. So outside the circle will become actually a circumscribed square. This is how you will be able to draw it. For that purpose, you have to make 90-degree angles at point D. simple 190-degree angle will be required. At D point, you will place the compass and you will draw one base arc, and you simply have to make 190-degree angle as I explained you earlier, right? It will be of the form, and you have to make one line which will be this sort of for 90 degree, like this one. It should touch the circle at point D, and obviously, so by joining D point to this point of intersection of arcs, you will be able to get this entire line. This is also called the tangent line. So same process will be repeated for uh, vertex C. Again, you have to make 190-degree angle at point C again. So you will make another 90-degree angle at point C like this one. And I'm drawing the line first so that I can get accurately the point of intersection of two arcs. So for once the 90-degree angle is completed and you have able to get 190-degree angle in this direction, you can label it as well. For example, this point of intersection of two 90-degree angles is, let's suppose this is point Y, like this one. And you will make another 90-degree angle at point B. So at all the four corners of ABCD square inside the circle, you have to make 90-degree angles. So 90-degree angles will be made at these points, and they will be of the form as I'm telling you. They will be just touching the circle at one point only. So you need to make 90-degree angles and then these lines for 90-degree angles, and you have to draw in forward and backward direction, extend them in both directions. And finally, same process will be done for A as well, at vertex A. And it will be only possible if you will be completing 90-degree angle at point A as well. So by making simply 90-degree angles at four corners, you will be able to get uh, another square. You just need to label it starting from this point. This is U, for example, point of intersection like this one. U and this point will be labeled as X point, U, X, Y, and this point is Z. So actually UX, just let me write it. So we have obtained two circles, right? One is ABCD. It is inside the circle, and another circle which is labeled as U, X, Y, and Z. It is outside the circle. Outside the circle. So two squares were required. So these two squares, ABCD square, and the second one is UXYZ. It is outside the circle. So these two circles are called inscribes. These two squares are called inscribe square and circumscribe squares. And this is how you can draw it. Notes में भी ये हुआ हुआ है. It is on page number 19. Question number 7 exercise में से easiest एक draw इसकी पूरी exercise के अंदर से ये सबसे ज़्यादा आसान वाली drawing है. I hope you'll be able to understand.